What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM Production Empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM Production Empire. Backed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the Empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Oh, you having fun out here in the forest, Billy?
No, I sure am.
Getting those merit badges?
Yeah, I almost got all of them.
Yeah, what's that one there?
That one is for camping.
Oh, 'cause that's what we're doing. We're camping.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm allowed to be here without my parents, because I know what I'm doing.
Do you have your ghost hunting license?
That's not real.
It is. You can get the merit badge and everything. It's a good picture of a ghost, and you're hunting it.
I know all the merit badges, and I've never seen that one, Old Man Wilkins.
Well, that's because you've never been in this forest before, in these woods. They are haunted.
My dad says they aren't haunted.
Yeah, well, your dad's an alcoholic.
He's trying.
Yeah, well, guess what? You should try harder. He never told you about freedom fish?
Freedom fish, what's that?
Freedom fish broke loose from the lake, and he walks around on two legs.
That doesn't sound like a real thing.
He hums tunes.
What?
And it says freedom.
Sounds kind of fishy to me.
Drew is good. His best friend is Hammermouth.
Is that like a shark?
No. Hammermouth was a platypus who got hit in the face with a hammer. That's why they call him Hammermouth.
That sounds really messed up.
I know. It was rude. But he died. And now he comes back. And he's got the hammer. And he's like, Craftsman. So if you hear that, you run. Because you're faster than a platypus.
Oh, okay, I'll remember that.
There's nothing worse, though, than Swasticlothes.
Well, what's that?
His name was Sigmund. Most people called him Sig.
Are you talking about Old Man Heil?
That's right, Sig Heil. Walked around in Swasticlothes. People didn't like that much. He got burnt alive. I thought it was rude. Just ask him to change, you know? But he didn't want to.
Oh, I don't know if I want to stay in the woods anymore tonight.
Well, you haven't heard about the worst one of all.
What's that?
The old man who eats little kids.
See, I don't see that one happening.
Yeah, no, I made that one up.
Old Man Wilkins, you lying son of a bitch.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM Production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to.
That's right.
So you ever been stuck somewhere with really bad toilet paper, and then you have to shit a bunch?
Yup.
Yeah, that was me today.
Oh,
I had some bad turkey.
we're sharing.
Yeah. I just thought I should
share.
just start this podcast off with a bang.
I'm not a fan of the away game. Were you at home?
No, I was at work.
Oh,
That's why I said I was stuck at work.
oh yeah.
And they had that shitty industrial toilet paper.
I'm a big fan of. So I do the shaving. I'm part of the shaving club. You know, the razors in the mail.
Okay, I was just wondering where you were going to go with this transition.
Well, they do a thing, and it's like essentially like moist towelette wipes
Yeah.
that you can travel with. Like they've got the travel pouch,
Sure.
and they've got the big one, and I sure travel with that. I have one in my backpack.
Well, I don't normally pack a to-go bag when I'm going to work.
You should.
Like, oh, what if I need to shave while I'm at work?
No, you do
What
like
if
a small bag. You have a backpack.
Yeah.
Put in a backpack. You put your camera if you want to film something.
What would I want to film at work?
I don't know. Who knows? You put like a
This is
notebook. A notebook. Like in my
I got a
backpack,
phone.
I
got a camera on there. Got a notepad feature.
Well, then fine. Then wipe your ass with shitty toilet paper. I'm just saying. I've usually got my backpack with me, and in the backpack is some really, really nice moist towelettes. Because I'm not a big fan of toilet paper to begin with.
No.
Because if there's a mess on the if I were to spill soda right now, would I just take like the paper towel and go, there, got it?
I don't know. You got a newspaper right there. I just put the newspaper over it and walk away.
No, because then it would still be sticky.
Well,
so I would go get a moist paper towel, and it would wipe it up.
You know, if you use the paper towel on the Coke, use the paper towel on the Coke, and then it's a moist towelette.
No, because then it's sticky.
Well, you just said you wanted it to be moist. Now you're just changing the parameters.
Get water, and I would.
So what you're saying is you shit Coke.
No,
and it's
I'm just saying
sticky.
My ass is cleaner than yours.
That's not true. If you got Coke coming out of your ass,
and
you're using paper towels.
I'm not though. That's the point.
You just said if I were you just spill Coke and use paper towel, which sounds like is the situation you got going on. You travel with open Coke and paper towel rolls that much?
Stupid.
Speaking of,
was there no McDonald's close to you? You couldn't go like run out of work?
No, it's like I'm in the middle of working.
I don't care. I find a McDonald's.
There is one like a quarter mile away.
They have traditionally the best bathrooms.
Oh yeah, it's whenever we were on road trips and we had to stop. It's like we wouldn't pull off on an exit unless they had McDonald's, because it's like their corporate policy or whatever to have a super clean bathroom at all times. Like, listen, our food may suck, the people here are stupid, but damn it, you better clean the toilets.
Damn it, this toilet's gotta be clean.
Because people are gonna stop there. Like, hey, well the toilets are clean. Well, since we're here, I might as well reload.
Right. Anyway,
so speaking of reloading,
right.
an Ontario fisherman, a fishing pro, yeah. He is
this like the guys on TV?
No. I don't know. I don't know if it's like one of those guys that you see on the ESPN fishing tournaments.
I always wondered how they did that.
How they fish?
What if they didn't get anything that day?
Well, I'd imagine since it's a tournament on a lake that's known for a certain type of fish, and they film everyone. Like, well, there's 8 people out. Let's film all of them, and you only see 3 of them. I guess the other 5 had a shitty day.
Well, that sucks.
Well,
get a better sport.
It's called fishing, not catching.
Yeah, I hate fishing. I don't have the patience for it. But go ahead.
My best fishing trip? Well, not even fishing trip. The best time I've ever had the best use I've ever had for fishing was we got super drunk on probably Memorial Day. This is like 10 years ago. We got fucking hammered. Like 8 hours solid of drinking. Woke up the next day, hungover as shit. And they're like,
we're fishing.
Yeah, we went to our buddy's apartment complex where they had like a small little pond. And we just sat there and fished for a few hours. And just doing that kind of like sitting out in the sun, not really doing anything, but you're still doing something. And we're just kind of able to recover. Actually felt pretty good, so we were able to go, and some people had to go work the next day.
My thing is like, so we were at the lake house for we did a writers retreat with Monoragas and them.
Yeah. And
Amanda was fishing, but then she would catch the fish, and then she'd throw it back. And I'm like, I don't like catch and release. I don't like it because really all you're doing is ruining that fish's day. You're like, hey, how was your day? It was good until I thought I had something to eat, and I got stuck in the mouth. Then this giant took me off the hook and just went, threw me back in.
You ain't shit.
You know, I mean, not that I wanted to get eaten, but that's going to fuck up your day.
So what if you end up catching a fish that's too small to eat? You just catch it and be like, okay, well, you're going to die for no reason now.
I don't know, but isn't it going to die from the puncture hole in its face?
No. No? Do you die when you get your lip pierced?
I did. Once.
And that's why you don't call me Patrick Three Lips anymore.
That's right.
I put a little lip ring in it. I died. And the only way to bring him back was to cut the entire lip off.
Right.
So an Ontario fishing pro,
Right.
years ago, about 15 years ago, found a lake that was probably an oasis for him, for a brook trout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was his little spot. He had the best fishing trip of his life, and he decided to just keep it a little secret. I'm not going to tell anyone when I went up over to Big Ol' Fishy Lake. That's what's called, Big Ol' Fishy Lake.
I see.
Not just Fishy Lake, it's Big Ol' Fishy Lake. How many fish you got in there? Not a lot. How big are they? Big ol'.
Big old fish.
So, his name is Mark Borger,
Mm.
which is just like a weird way of saying
The
burger.
Ontario burgers.
You want a burger?
Sure.
What kind of burger you want? I want a big
Cheeseburger.
old fish. Cheeseburger, hamburger, turkey burger,
Veggie burger.
black bean burger. So Mike Borger and his son fished a
Burger Jr.
fish. Yeah,
Anyway, go ahead.
they fished the lake in Algonquin Park somewhere in Algonquin Park, and they made a 40-minute video about his incredible trout fishing trip. They posted to YouTube. He did not name the lake. He had 127 people so far message him privately asking for the location, and he's like, "I'm not telling you.
Yeah, fuck yourselves.
It's my special spot. It's my secret place. I'm not going to tell you anyone about it." It takes a few days to get in there, and it takes them a few days to get out. So it's kind of like a little bit of a retreat kind of thing.
Right.
It's not like this is just right off the highway and go there. So it's like it's a full-on trip to go there. People were so jealous of it, or at least one person was so jealous of it, that they filed a Freedom of Information request to demand the name of the lake.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. This is a guy that's just like put out a video like, hey,
Find it yourselves, dicks.
Freedom of Information. Tell me everything. So it's like, how?
Couldn't you countersuit with an invasion of privacy?
No, Freedom of Information.
And what happened? They make him tell?
So,
He will talk. Slapping him in the face with a
well, what he said, he's like, if someone has a copy of my interior camping permit, which shows which lakes I camped on each night, they can clearly and easily figure out which lake I caught these trophy fish in.
Otherwise, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, so he
Sincerely, Mr. Borger.
he initially received a 5-page letter from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry detailing the situation and the request. And after he complained about it, the ministry told him that they would not confirm nor deny the existence of his record to the person pursuing it. So the person filed the request, and they were like, just so you know, some dude's filing the Freedom of Information Act on your ass, but we're not going to tell him. But they gave him a 5-page report to let him know that someone is trying to go to such an extreme just to find out.
Could have just called him.
No, he wouldn't tell you.
I mean, but he could have just called him and say, hey, this ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mr. Borger?
Yes, this is he.
Oh, God, so happy to hear from you.
I'm happy to hear from you.
I'm the Minister of Interior.
Oh, you do great things with curtains.
Thanks. So people are trying to find your fishing hole.
What?
That's right. They called
Underwater?
on the water. They called and they said, hey, where's that hole? And I was like, oh, that's his business, you know? And then they were like, we're going to do a Freedom of Information.
Well, he's got the right.
You know, yeah, that's true. They do. They had the right. But you know what we're going to do for you?
What?
We're not going to tell them.
Oh, that is so kind of you.
Yeah, I know. Because, your hole is your hole.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
That's what my grandpappy always
That's
used
what
to say.
he said. Keep your hole to your hole, and your hole will be your hole.
The whole damn thing. Ooh.
The whole thing. Oh, that's funny. I don't know why you're swearing at me, though.
I'm sorry. I just got so excited thinking about the trout.
Well, I know. So you keep that place to yourself and make sure you don't tell anybody about the place that you're going, which is...
Yep, it's very secretive. It's definitely we keep it a secret.
Yeah. And that place that's very secretive is called
My secret place.
Your
Yeah,
secret-
I'm picking up on what you're
yeah.
putting down. Thank you so much for your kindness and letting me know about all this.
Where's that accent going?
You don't need to know that.
Where's that accent?
I just got back from fishing.
Just got back from fishing. I'm drunk.
Yeah, don't you know I had a little
And
bit. I had some of
bought
that
that
blue
beer near the fishing hole where?
at the store.
And that store was called... Actually, it's called the beer store.
The beer store.
Did you? No, that's true. Like, that's where you go to get...
So where'd your accent go?
I'm just saying. I've added the sketch.
No, not possible. I'm still on the phone. I did not hear a click.
Click.
Oh my God, he hung up.
How rude. No, they have the thing. It's called the beer store. And you
What do they
go-
sell there?
Only beer. All different kinds. But you go there, and there's like certain times. I think it closes at like 9 or something like that. But yeah, we had. Remember we were tailgating at Pearl Jam, and we were like, "Where's the liquor store at?" They're like, "Oh, you got to go to the beer store." I'm like, "Yeah, we're looking for the liquor store." And they're like, "No, it's called the beer store." And there's a building, nondescript building, big ass outside that says
It's a big old box that says "Reach in."
beer store. And it was funny too because we were bringing some, like we had some in the trunk, and we were bringing it back, like
Ooh.
you know. No, but it wasn't even a big deal. I think it was like 2 or 3 left over from our tailgating, and like Larry caved, like customs. Like
I'm sorry.
he's like, yeah. Well, we had a couple beers in there, but it's just it's just a few beers, and it was just left over from our tail. I'm like, they didn't fucking ask, dude. I'm like, you fooled are questioning.
Hey, sir. Thank you for stopping. I know this.
Those drugs aren't mine.
Oh my God. I thought you were gonna let me get like at least another sentence in. The body's still warm. I didn't do it.
Oh dear. Okay.
What is as long as you said.
As long as but he said he didn't do it.
Yeah, this guy said he wouldn't even tell his best friend about the lake.
What a dick.
I know, but
Dude, if I had a secret lake that was like good for fishing, I'd let you know.
if I had a secret lake that was amazing for fishing, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Well, that's because I'm a better friend than you are, apparently. I mean, you could tell me.
I wouldn't tell anyone because I wouldn't want people to be like, hey, you want to go fishing? I'm like, no.
No, that is something.
No, there are bugs outside right now.
That is something that you would never ever get from me.
A fishing location?
the invitation to fish.
Like, I'm never gonna get a phone call from you saying, hey, do you want to go fishing today?
No. Unless we're like,
No. You just said never.
No,
So now
hold on.
there's no possible reason for you to ever call me about fishing.
I win the ladder.
Nope.
I have a boat.
Nope.
We're going to Florida to hunt marlin.
Nope. Hunt marlin.
That's right.
Yeah, grab your gun.
Yeah.
We're doing this wrong. That's not fishing. That's hunting. That's boat hunting.
Fishing for marlin.
Nope. Boat hunting. You had me at boat hunting.
I will go boat hunting.
I will go boat hunting. Mainly because I want people to be like, sir, are you boat hunting? You goddamn right I am. Okay, carry on.
Hunting marlin.
The
No, you use the big harpoon things.
which gets shot out of a
Fishing pole.
fishing gun. I mean, a fishing gun sounds like an amazing piece of technology.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of amazing pieces of technology,
Oh, there it is. Segway.
do you remember how you used to watch TV before you had a cable box?
There's like 3 or 4 channels. They had the bunny ears.
Oh, the bunny ears. Tell me more about this amazing technology.
You'd have to move the antenna around.
Yeah.
And then like it'd always be like you that's stuck there. No, don't move. Just stand there.
So what? You just plug this into your TV and you get free TV?
No. That was the black box.
No.
The black cable box.
No, but I'm saying like you can get like your local channels.
Oh, sure.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I just wish that kind of technology existed still.
It doesn't?
It does.
Okay.
But people don't realize it does. According to a local survey by the National Association of Broadcasters, their claim is about a third of Americans, which they say it's 29%, are unaware that local TV is available for free. They have no idea that the bunny ears essentially still work.
Oh.
but they have to be newer antennas, obviously, because they like 8 years ago or something like that. There was they made the it's 2009. So yeah, it was 480 years ago. Yeah. So they stopped sending the analog signal in 2009, and they had to shift to the high definition digital transmissions. And
I remember that. I remember the thing came on the TV. Because your TV will not work.
I was working at Best Buy at the time, and they were saying that you either had to get a new TV, or you had to get a converter box. I remember we used to have stacks of converter boxes. People would come in and be like, I'm like, there's a $40 box and your TV will work the same. Why should I have to do? I'm like, because technology, motherfucker. Like, what do you want?
Progress, dick.
It's like, oh, why do I have to put things in this refrigerator? Can't I just get an ice box? Like,
I hate you.
You hate me?
No,
or you, okay.
Him.
I was saying, like, how dare you hate me? I just did a fantastic old man impression looking for an ice box.
That was pretty good.
So,
no old man Wilkins, but pretty good.
A 28-year-old by the name of Dan Cisco just discovered that this shit still works. He says, I was just kind of surprised that this technology exists. It's been awesome. It doesn't lug out and it doesn't skip. He's essentially just stumbled upon the idea of rabbit ears.
Right.
Technology that's existed forever. It's like, oh my God, do you know they make cell phones with a cord that get plugged into the wall?
Jay, you can't, there's no apps or anything.
No, it's just a phone. So you don't have to worry about the battery draining.
Great.
So, oh, yeah, congratulations.
We were talking about it the other day about how you had to you used to have to call, and then someone who is not the person you were calling would pick up, and you'd have to ask for the person you wanted, and it would be like a really awkward an awkward yell, like Larry's house whenever I call for Larry, and I would pick up the phone. Hello, is Larry there? Hang on a second. Just at the top of our what phone?
Yeah,
and it's always cracked me up because
it was name what phone always.
But you just heard the phone, presumably in your house, and someone picked it up. So chances are that next thing that was going to happen, if someone's screaming for you, maybe it's going to be the phone. I never understood the what.
Well, I mean, let's say someone's calling to complain about something that you did.
Right.
Like your neighbor's calling,
what?
Like, do you know that Patrick broke our window and then ran inside?
Right.
So it'd be, Patrick, what? Did you break that window?
No. That person's an alcoholic.
Sorry, Patrick's not here.
But yeah, we had that. We had the pagers.
Well, the antenna is mounting a comeback. It has it's projected to rise 7% in 2017 to nearly 8 million units. So there's 8 million units that they're expecting to sell just in 2017.
Picture like an old dusty factory.
Well, no,
we're getting back in the game, boys.
It's like
start it up.
There's just like one last employee who's about to turn everything off.
No way.
He's like, hold on, it's my last day. I've hung out as long as I could.
We saved it. We saved the factory.
What do you mean?
They're using bunny ears again.
Hot dog!
Honey, we don't need to sell the house.
I can stop beating you in anger. I'm happy again.
Oh, it got so dark with the bunny ears.
I made it lighthearted. He said I could stop.
I know, but I just...
Lighthearted, Patrick.
Whack, whack.
At least it's not a...
Move to the left. Whack. Wait, almost got it. Whack.
Hold on. When you cry, like a great reception.
Oh, no.
Bite the inside of your mouth.
Oh, God.
Harder. I need to see this touchdown drive.
Terrible. Everything that stuff is what keeps us from getting sponsorship.
So Mr. Cisco, he's an MBA student. So this guy is...
So he's what did he say? He's 27?
Yeah, 28.
28. So he's some hipster prick.
in Provo, Utah.
I use the bunny ears.
Well, he made a discovery after inviting friends over to watch the Super Bowl, and the online stream he found to watch the game didn't have the commercials.
Oh no!
So you're stealing content.
Your stolen content didn't have the commercials, and you just had to do something about it.
Yeah, and then he figured out, oh, you can go online and buy a Nintendo for $20, and then you can get all the major local like ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS.
Or you can go on YouTube and watch them all the week before.
Hey, that doesn't happen always.
Almost always.
It does. No, what are you talking about?
All the best Super Bowl commercials get leaked.
Some people thought it was illegal to have a Nintendo. A gentleman named Carlos Villalobos, who's 21, was...
Shut up. That's the name?
Villalobos.
Oh, my God.
He was selling tube-shaped digital antennas at a swap meet in San Diego for $20 to $25, and customers were asking if they were actually legal because they thought it was like one lady was mad saying that, no, you can't live in America for free. What are you talking about? It's like, you can't just have free TV.
We always had some form of bootleg something. I remember...
As you just got done admonishing someone for watching a stream of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we don't bitch about it and try to make it better, you know? We had the black box for a little while. Then we had...
explain the black box for people that don't.
It was a cable box that had all the channels on it for free. It was like a hacked box.
Whereas now they have cable boxes that are like digitally assigned to your address, and like if you try to take your cable box to your friend's house, it won't work.
It won't work.
Whereas that time is like if you had a cable box and you could just plug it in, you boom.
Right. The other one we had was from when we went to satellite dishes, and they used to have these big SIM cards that were like the size of almost like a phone card.
Yeah.
Remember your telephone cards that you had when you went on vacation?
You mean
you had to call your mom?
Just say credit card.
Oh, it was more like it was more of the consistency of a phone card.
Right, but it was the size of.
Sure. At any rate,
you dummy.
You shut your mouth. At any rate, we had one that you plugged into this small little thing, like this small little clip that would...
Like a credit card reader almost.
Kind of.
The ones that you insert, not swipe.
That one you insert into the machine.
Oh, it's like a Game Genie.
Kind of, yes. And it unlocked
a Game Genie for TV.
It unlocked all of the satellite channels.
TV Genie.
And that was one of the first times I ever knew that the Playboy channel had news.
That's news to me.
Well, the anchors were naked. I'm like, who can focus on the news? Makes it better. Makes it easier to take.
I finally want to watch the news.
Right. We also had the 40. One we had was 40. One we had was 100 games on one game. Nintendo.
Oh.
The bootleg 100 games.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Some of them worked. Some of them didn't. But, yeah. And that was one of the things that... Because my dad had a rule, too. Was before we had cable... My dad, we would always want to go rent videos.
Oh, that was big. No girls allowed or something.
No. We always had to go rent video. We wanted to go rent videos. And my dad's rule was, if we have cable, I'm not renting videos. Because we have cable. You can watch the movies that are on there.
That's fair.
Right. And then, when we went away from cable for a while, then we were always renting videos. And then he was like, screw it, I'm going back to cable. This costs less.
Yeah.
You know, because we were always renting videos all the time. And then I got a job at a video store, and then it didn't matter anymore because I got free videos.
Just working for the man.
That's right.
Now, I remember my cousins that lived across the street, they had a box that it unlocked one pay-per-view channel, and it was the one that had all of the WWF. So anytime there was a pay-per-view event, I would just go across the street and watch it over there.
That was the only pay-per-view we were able to get. That was the only one we were able to get.
Like, allowed to get, or like...
Allowed to get.
Okay.
We were not allowed to get pay-per-view. And if we did, it would be like... Because they had like a free weekend or something like that.
Right.
And then sometimes we would get it, it would end up on the bill, and we'd be like, we thought it was a free weekend.
Yeah.
The other one was the Columbia Movie Club. They would send the movies, and we'd be like, "Oh crap, it's coming to America!" We'd open it, and my mom's like, "Don't open it," because she wanted to send them back.
Right.
And we're like, "Sorry, it's open. I guess we own them now."
Yeah, that was a great scam. Here, send you this movie. If you don't want it, send it back. But if you open it,
you owe us money.
By the way, everything is covered in stickers and giraffes.
Yeah.
And like everything that your kids like.
Yeah.
A little big label that says free candy inside, and you open it up, it's like,
nope. But you owe us money.
It's like, no, here's a movie called. It's a movie about John Candy.
And it's inside.
Rich Schneider is the founder of a St. Louis manufacturing company called Antennas Direct. So he's the old man that flipped the switch back on. He started selling antennas as a hobby like 15 years ago. He's only expected to sell a
shitty hobby.
A few hundred a year. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna make this in my spare time. So like, if you're someone that fixes computers or something, like, I would spend a couple hours on the weekend fixing computers for a couple $100. You just makes antennas. He says he sold 75,000 antennas in June alone.
Whoa.
So he went from a few hundred a year expectation to 75,000.
So this comes from, they're cut the cable.
Yeah, it's all about cord cutters.
And now people can watch the news from their local news. And they don't have to worry,
Or you can get like a hacked Fire Stick.
Right. And
watch everything.
True.
But like, that's the thing. I don't even like watching the news anymore because it's no like. I mean, they used to make fun of news when it was like, oh, these people are going to do like a little fluff piece, like, oh, you're going to go to like a doggy adoption event. Ooh, it's so fun! Yeah, come see the doggies. But now it's like everything's on the news to terrify you.
Gonna kill you.
It's like.
Is that soda that you're drinking right now going to murder you? Tune in to 10 o'clock news. It's like, I'd like to know now if it's going to murder me.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Find out at 10. 17 household things that can murder your child when you're not breathing. What? What? For that moment that you go, like you think you're going to sneeze and you stop breathing for a moment?
They had no idea that a terrorist cell was living next door. Is it in your neighborhood?
Schools full of pedophiles. Find out which ones. 3 weeks from now during sweeps.
Sasquatches are stealing schnauzers. Is your Muffy safe?
AIDS blankets found in local Walmart. Could yours be affected?
Your AIDS blanket? Or
I don't know.
Just an AIDS blanket?
A blanket that has AIDS on it?
I thought I'm thinking of an AIDS quilt. Like
like for comfort?
No.
I was thinking
they
like
do it for like charity.
Nah, this is like what we did to the Indians.
Oh, he's got AIDS.
Well,
don't touch that blanket.
Don't get racist. This isn't milk, okay?
I'm not going like doop 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 doop.
I'm definitely not doing that.
Oh god.
Speaking of racism, have you heard of the trendiest new design company?
Oh my god, what is that?
Ka Designs. It's just K-A. Ka Design.
Ka Design.
Ka Design.
Okay.
No, it's K-A, not okay.
Okay.
Oh, Ka? It's a very controversial line that has
controversial.
Because they have no fashion designers on their team, but they made a big old splash with their merchandise.
Oh yeah, what was on there?
So you ever like draw something and then like it's all about peace and love and friendship time, and then
some
like
asshole with a mustache,
and then like 1,000 years later, some dude's all like, "Oh, bad stuff." And everyone's like, oh, because the little thing, that's like his thing, right? And it's like, no, that was mine first. But everyone's like, nah, it's this guy's thing. and then you're like, I'm going to put that on a shirt and
Yikes.
make it rainbow colored and say things like peace and love, and then the people will be like, oh, you can have the thing back. Nope.
No, it's going to stay the way it is.
Yeah, a design company that claims to be based somewhere in Europe. Okay, let me preface this story by me saying,
Meanwhile, somewhere in Europe.
I am not convinced that this entire thing isn't a prank.
Okay.
So, that being said, a design company that claims to be based somewhere in Europe has attracted heavy criticism because they launched a line of T-shirts on Teespring.com. Is it .com? I don't know. They use Teespring.
Sure.
And it's a company where you can like upload T-shirts and sell them, and then they get a cut of it.
Right.
So their design of it is first they released this video. Where they tried to justify taking it back. Like, so it used to be the symbol of love.
It's not anymore.
And equality.
But it's not anymore.
And then the Nazis rotated it 45 degrees and started being all meanie pants. I mean, I'm using my words, but it makes
all meanie pants.
But my argument actually makes more sense than this.
Right.
So they were being all meanie pants with it, and then it's like, now no one can use a swastika. So they decided to put a little rainbow gradient on it. As you can see there, it's a nice little, yeah. Put it on T-shirts and hoodies with words like peace and love on there.
That looks to me like we love super equality as long as you're white.
Yeah, right.
You know.
As long as you're a straight white person with blonde hair and blue eyes, we love everyone.
With a rainbow. Okay, they can be gay, but they better be blonde haired and blue eyed.
So the whole presence kind of went unnoticed for a while. They weren't selling any shirts.
Really flying under the radar?
Yeah.
You have to Google that, right?
I only found it on Facebook.
Rainbow swastika shirt at teespring.com. Like, no one's going to be like, all right, let's see, what can I get?
Let's just see what
I want to change up the wardrobe a little bit. What if?
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, listen, I know you're a huge fashion guy.
I am.
And I'm kind of, like, bummed out on, like, the summer's coming to an end. I'm looking for, like, really starting the fall line off with a bang, right?
Okay.
I'm going to be starting a new job, making some new friends. I want to look good for work. You
want people to think that, like, you're an all-inclusive individual?
Yeah, it's a pretty big
like,
company.
Hey, I want to be friends with all types.
Absolutely. You get it. I was just wondering if you can give me some ideas.
I just so happen to have come across this, and I think that this just screams Steve. It's a T-shirt with...
Loving it. I love T-shirts.
How do you feel about rainbows?
Rainbows, I love it. It's so inclusive.
It's super inclusive.
It's not about me, but it shows I'm a supporting of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're all supportive.
It's like a peace sign on it.
There's no
like
peace sign.
some like love and shit.
There is a symbol.
Symbol of love, I bet.
It's symbol at one time. Sure.
Oh, cool. This is great. I love it already. You know what?
It's kind of co-opted. It's a little bit different.
I love co-ops. Those are just they're great.
It's a giant swastika.
You said it was about love.
Well, yeah. You turn it this way a little bit. Peace and love. You can Google it. It's the thing. Turn it this way. Hate. Love.
Okay.
Hate. Love. Hate.
Okay. Do you have any of the designs with the love look on it?
Or no, see, I think the designer's trying to take it back, so it doesn't matter what angle it's at. It's just going to be like, it's no longer about hate. It actually hates hate.
That's a bold stance.
I know.
I would never wear that, though.
Oh, come on. I think you could pull it off.
Does it come in red and white?
It comes in red and black. And on the back, we can get your name put there. And then there's these two, like...
Oh, is it like a jersey?
It's kind of like a jersey. And there's like two lightning bolts.
I love lightning bolts.
Don't you love lightning bolts?
Yeah.
Then in the basement is like a really weird skull.
Ooh,
So
it's
it
like
says that you're a
scary.
badass.
It does.
Yeah. And then underneath it says SS, but don't worry about that.
Oh, is that the company?
It's simply
Superior.
Simply superior. I think that's what they're going for.
Oh, because it's such a fine quality shirt.
Fine quality shirt.
Man, this is great.
I know.
You know, I appreciate the boldness of it, the fact that it's good quality.
Right. And a rainbow.
Yeah.
And a giant swastika.
Ugh. It's like the one thing it's wrong about it.
Well, wrong, or are you to be told that it's wrong?
Can you change the number from 88?
Wait, what?
You said it was a jersey, right?
No, there's no number. It's just lightning bolts.
Oh, like the Chargers. I like the Chargers.
There you go.
They're not that good, but I like the Chargers.
Right. Think of it that way. It's charging towards swastikas.
Complete victory.
Complete victory. All over the world.
So, if you had to say between this shirt and any other shirt, this would be your final solution?
Oh. Terrible.
I don't think it's terrible. It's 100% cotton. You can't tear it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so they in their terrible, like, cheesy video, which they deleted, they said that the Nazis took the swastika, rotated it 45 degrees, and turned it into hatred, and turned it into fear, and turned it into war, and turned it into racism.
It's always going to be that.
Yeah, you can't. There's some things that you can't recover from.
No.
Is there any other symbol or design or anything that has gone so far away from what it originally intended and made a comeback? I couldn't think of any other.
I can't think of one either. That's like, this used to mean this.
It's like a football team having a throwback jersey.
That frog.
Pepe.
The meme frog.
I mean, it's still classified as a symbol of hate.
I know, but
What if you put a rainbow frog?
well, yeah, I know they haven't brought it back, but I mean, it started out as something else.
Yeah, it started out
And
as
then-
a comic character.
And then people
And it got adopted. It got adopted as a meme, and then it got labeled a hate speech thing.
Right.
And then people still use it as a meme for whatever, but
Yeah.
it's like, well,
Yeah, no one's. I'm sorry. We're just gonna say the swastika's gone. It's no longer gonna be a marketable thing. Stop trying to bring it back.
I hear someone. We should have had Steven on for this.
Yeah.
Because remember the things the phrase that he liked that apparently is a racist phrase?
Which one?
I'm not going to say it again,
Well,
but it involves not the sun, but the...
Okay.
And then a really small bug that makes noise at night.
Oh. That was a racist thing.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I'd never heard of it
until
either.
he brought it up.
But now, when you
It's like I also never heard of that one phrase from Clerks 2.
Oh, that one I had heard.
I'd never heard of that, but when I saw it in the movie, I'm like, this is hilarious that he's doing it. I don't know it, so it's like, yeah, whatever. But
No, yeah.
So there's a little bit of negative reaction. Teespring stopped selling it immediately.
Well, I hope
Issued a statement saying Teespring would like to apologize for this incident and is taking action to ensure this does not happen again in the future.
I wonder how many they sold.
None.
Okay.
Which is why I think it's just a whole big bullshit thing.
Like someone took the time to put it up there just so it could get taken down.
I think like in the world where people make racist frog memes, you don't
Sure.
think someone can like, I'm going to spend an hour putting together a stupid video,
Right.
make up a mock design. Like I'm not convinced this entire thing didn't stem from a thread from bored people on 4chan.
Yeah.
And shit happens.
They're like, we can do it.
Like, it'd be funny. Like, because that shit happens all the time. People get bored on 4chan, like, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And then the next couple of days, something weird happens, and you're like, who did this? Chances are someone on 4chan got bored.
Right.
And posted it there, like, look what I did, guys. And like, yeah, you did it, you fucking idiot. The company said it would make a donation to Yad Vashem, the World Holocaust Remembrance Center, in solidarity with those who were offended. But it's like, you made no money. You sold zero, so what money do you have to donate?
Right.
The Anti-Defamation League said that this is an offensive use of the Nazi imagery. Fashion can't reclaim the symbol. It's like, well...
it was like when Prince Harry? When it was like a Nazi soldier for Halloween?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Like, bro, listen, you're a little too close to that.
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, talk to your grandma about that. You know, it's like...
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
He did have one... This company did have one supporter. I don't want to say his name or the company he works for, but the editor of a neo-Nazi website voiced his support for the line, saying, I want to say that I'm 100% in support of the rebranding of the swastika as a symbol of love. I've been trying to do this for years, and I'm thankful that hippies are finally getting on board with that particular project. After all, the swastika has always been a symbol of love, was it not?
The editor of No Fucking Shit Quarterly who wrote back.
I'm like, the only supporter you have.
In regards to the support being the only guy from a neo-Nazi, that's a big duh. Go figure.
So the company tried to rebrand once again and put out the exact same thing, but with the red circle and line through it. And like, nah, it's love. It's like, you're still doing it.
You're still wearing a swastika outside, you idiot.
You just don't get it. You're trying a little.
I don't need a T-shirt for people to know that I'm against that. And people be like,
oh, whoa. So we don't really know if you're against Nazism.
Not if I'm not wearing a T-shirt. If I'm not wearing a T-shirt, you don't think I'm against Nazism?
Well, I don't see you wearing a T-shirt that says you're against it.
Well, I don't think I need to.
But you're not wearing one. It's pretty suspicious.
If only I had one with a red line through it.
Oh God! Then I'd be at ease.
I ain't afraid of no Nazis.
So you support them? I don't see you wearing it.
It was take off of the Ghostbuster logo.
I don't see you wearing a Ghostbuster shirt.
You're not wearing a Ghostbuster shirt either.
You don't know that.
I do.
Yeah, I took your vision.
No, you're wearing the rainbow swastika shirt. I was going to ask you about that. That's weird.
Well, I'm just upset that you took this long to notice. I also got a haircut. Thank you. So finally, the company took that design down as well and said, release this statement. Just hear the whole thing first. Hatred and Nazism have won. We brought out the worst in people. We believe in a world of infinite forgiveness. We forgive everyone, and we hope to be forgiven. Let love prevail.
These are the same people that taught that Twitter bot how to hate things.
Yeah. Probably.
Like, Twitter made that robot racist in like a day.
You want a swastika Zen hoodie?
Oh my God.
Or swastika piece? Swastika. Yeah, I don't.
Swastizen, is that what they're going on?
I guess, but it's only $20, so super affordable.
Oh, super affordable hate speech.
Yeah.
Do you not want to spend a lot of money on your hate speech?
No, I want to save all that money for buying crosses to burn.
Go to Teespring, teespring.com for all of your hoodies and hoods.
Does it come in Hitler Youth tees?
You know, it does, but it says love and peace, so you never know.
Oh, so nice. So their Facebook page, their story says, we celebrate freedom. We want to explore our boundaries and push them forward. We love humanity, love, and peace. We are Ka.
You're Ka.
Yeah, right? As he's holding the shirt and shaking it. I don't... How long do you think it would take before someone has an amazing way to bring the swastika back to as a Tibetan love symbol? It's not
going to happen.
Do you think Tibetan monks
Miss it?
No, yeah, that and their home. It's like, guys, we have the formula for making it work. It's just it's at home, and can't go. Oh, is it floods? Of hate. But is there not like if I think Tibetans it originated in Tibetan culture. Do you think if they try to bring it back, so they, because the Nazis flipped it, like they flipped it horizontally. The Dalai Lama brings it back to the original image, so it's flipped horizontally back to the way it was, and it's up and down, not turned.
Honestly, I'd be like, oh my god, the Dalai Lama's a Nazi.
That guy's a dick. You don't think there's any way that anyone could bring it back?
No, because it's always going to be a terrible goddamn thing. Like, so there's the
So
show.
if someone started committing, like if ISIS started like branding everything with the McDonald's arches, do you think 100 years from now McDonald's can't use their arches?
No, because I think McDonald's has a secret military that they're not using.
Yeah, that's an unfair example.
And would find those fuckers. And
like,
be like, have you seen the movie The Founder?
That's what the Hamburger U is. It's like, this is where we train our soldiers.
Have you seen The Founder?
No.
That guy didn't want chicken anywhere near that place for a long time. You think he was going to let ISIS take over?
So what's another company? Like, the Nike swoosh. If North Korea started shooting missiles with the Nike swoosh on it, and started branding prisoners of war with the Nike swoosh, you don't think Nike would be like, come on, guy?
I think they'd be like, what the hell is going on? But once again, I think this is...
What's the level that you can go with a symbol before it's beyond reproach?
The only symbols that I can think of now are all like the Adidas thing, or the Nike swoosh, or the McDonald's arches, or something like that. I can't think of another symbol that could be co-opted. Because you'd be like, what are they doing?
What about the Olympic rings?
Okay.
And someone was like, yeah, we're the 5 pillars. And they decided to start blowing shit up and killing people and committing atrocities world over.
I think the Olympic Committee would have their asses, because they sure got... I.O. used to be called Improv Olympic, and Olympics sued them.
Right. But that's a company that's doing comedy. I'm talking like a terrorist cell.
I don't know. I don't think that... I find the analogy difficult, because I don't think that people would be like, oh, God, that's associated with them now. They'd be like, why are they using the Olympics rings?
So you think
and all it would take is for the Olympics to be like, hey, that's our logo, that's what it means, and everything like that, and people would be like...
So do you think it's impossible for that kind of stuff to happen again with a symbol? Because in today's world, it's like, things are so well known.
We don't have symbols like that anymore. Like maybe hashtag, and everything like that. But we don't have symbols like that anymore. All of our symbols are co-opted. All of our symbols are co-opted to marketing.
Right.
Smiley faces, shit like that. It's all I don't think that they could. I definitely think, and I think that people would look at it and be like, why are they fucking using a Nike swoosh to, whatever. And then, because then what the other thing would have to do is, because the world is so connected now, some asshole in an ISIS hood or whatever would have to get up there and explain why they're using that symbol.
They wouldn't have to.
They wouldn't have to, but for them to have the impact and for them to be like, we are taking the Nike swoosh and that is going to be our thing, they would have to get up there, and then everybody would be like, just do it. Like, there'd be a million memes of, a bunch of like the terrorists.
We could just meme shit away.
I think they can.
I mean, they've memed things into existence.
I just don't think that. I think because everything needs an explanation now, because everybody's so connected.
That's the thing. You could say that, but at the same time, you go to a movie theater. You are just there by yourself. No one else is around, but you see there's 2 people working behind the counter, and you hear them having a terrible conversation about it's a racist homophobic conversation about whatever. So then you take to Twitter and say, AMC Theaters employees and do all this stuff, and it becomes this huge blow-up thing. There's news stories written about it.
Right.
Of it's terrible, and it just blows up. You don't think all of a sudden AMC is labeled as racist and homophobic because they employ these people?
No, I think AMC would look into it and fire those people.
Okay, well, I bring this up as an example because Lena Dunham just threw some people under the bus at an airport with, I want to say maybe Delta Airlines. She heard a couple of Delta Airlines people that were just walking through the terminal. They weren't behind the gate or anything. They were walking through the terminal to go somewhere. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know if they were in full uniforms or if they just had badges or whatever, but she made a post about how they were having a disparaging conversation about transgender people, I want to say it was. And she went on there, and it caused this huge kerfuffle online of, like, obviously this is someone with a lot of followers and has a little bit of a reach.
Right.
So the story can blow up, and it becomes this whole thing. Airline investigated, found nothing about it, did nothing about it. But the story's still out there that Delta Airlines employs these kind of people.
I'm thinking that you, and I know you're going to find this ridiculous, and coming from me, it's going to sound ridiculous, so I'm going to feel ridiculous saying it.
This already sounds ridiculous.
I think that we need to give people more credit. Just because
Who? Give who more credit?
The company, Delta.
Okay.
Has two people that all they heard is an unfounded conversation from Lena Dunham. No proof.
Right.
No names of the people.
Right.
No pictures of the people.
Right.
There's nothing they can do.
What if she took a picture of them and then had the same exact thing? Is that proof or is it? But it's not proof for you.
This is what I need. For me. Well,
Yeah.
that's all I can talk about.
Right. But
all
I'm
I
saying,
can talk about is me.
but you see in today's world with the way things blow out of proportion instantly, is that a picture and one person's side of the story, whether it's true or not, whether it's misconstrued, misheard, whatever, that's all it needs to become a witch hunt.
True, but
so why can't
the law would also?
I'm not talking about the law.
No, but I'm talking about those people would no doubt be quietly reinstated.
But what I'm asking is, with the way that shit can spread instantly,
right?
And then boom, Delta is labeled as a hate airline. Why can't ISIS use the Nike swoosh? A couple of times, people are like, "Why are you wearing Nikes? It's associated with ISIS."
The fact that you just made that person sound like that is why I would never think it would happen.
That's the voice I picture everyone using when they argue about this shit online.
Right.
Because these people are the most vocal.
Exactly.
So in a
but
world,
they're also the most dumb most of the time.
Hence this podcast.
Right. But I'm just saying.
I'm just bringing content to the table, and
no.
you're over here being all like, ISIS? Why didn't you just do it already?
I'm just saying.
Why don't you just wear the swastika?
My whole thing is, I think, like I said, we're pointing out the stupid. You want to point out the stupid. I believe that. So I think we're coming to a point. I think we're coming to a point where we need more.
More stupid?
Well, no, we need more than that. Well,
or people are finally starting to realize I need proof. I don't just need someone.
Saying, just because Lena Dunham, star of Girls, says so doesn't mean
right.
At the same time, you look at United Airlines, and they got a video of them beating the shit out of a guy on a plane, and United Airlines is still doing quite well. United Airlines is not a symbol for Asian hate because the guy was Asian and they were beating on him.
They weren't beating on him because he was Asian. They were beating on him because
he wouldn't get out of the seat.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know?
Because I saw the video.
Because he was randomly chosen.
Randomly chosen.
Exactly. How do we know? My name is Patrick Newsom. One star of Stupid Talking Stupid. with over 200 people have listened to it. I watched this video of them beating up this guy on United, and they said he was randomly chosen. And I think it was because he was Asian. And now I'm saying that United Airlines is a symbol of Asian hate.
Well, you bring up a fair point. So what you're saying is United Airlines, just do it.
And I'm just saying that they're still doing fine. So I don't think a lot of
there's
this stuff
also
can be
been
co-opted now.
A larger amount of those kind of videos of like airlines wronging people.
Now you're back to the news. Airlines wronging. Is it going to happen on your next trip to Disney?
Can your child get kicked off and left in Lebanon? You were just going to Michigan.
The Mall of America could wait. Your child's been rerouted to Kuwait.
Feel like taking a weekend trip to visit the family? How about you go die instead? Find out if your flight might lose your bags.
United Airlines.
Fuck you.
Randomly.
Speaking of pigeon racing.
Oh, yeah. As we just were.
In Indonesia.
Pigeon Racing Hall of Fame.
Do you know what pigeon racing is causing over in Indonesia? I'm going to give you 3 guesses. It's a real thing. Don't be ridiculous with it. Try to guess it. There's one problem. Well, there's probably multiple problems, but there's one main problem that this story's talking about that Indonesia pigeon racing is causing.
They're flying into propellers.
No.
Sully. They are interfering with drones.
Nope. I want you to think the people behind pigeon racing.
They're getting shit on.
No. Okay.
Oh.
It's causing divorce.
Oh. You like spending time with your pigeons more than me.
Well, I'm just saying, I like the pigeons.
I know, but I saw you looking at it longingly into its beak.
Well, it understands me, you know.
I understand you plenty.
You don't understand me that much anymore, you know. You just come in, and you fly away real quick. The birds all there, stay there.
I don't fly away. I walk. God damn it.
Well, maybe
I'm
if you
not
fly,
a pigeon.
maybe if you were, I like you more. I'll eat your children.
Such a weird voice.
It's my Mike Tyson.
Oh, it's my Mike Tyson.
I have to do it with my eyes closed because if someone's looking at me doing it, I'll feel judged.
Oh, really?
I'm like, it's like I know it's bad, but I don't want other people telling me it's bad with their face of like, oh, that's what you're doing. So, according to a clerk of the court in the Permalingo Religious Court in Central Java province, says their office received 90 petitions for divorce in July, which is a huge increase from June's number of 13. Most of the petitioners are wives who filed for divorce for economic reasons because their husbands are too addicted to pigeon racing. Pigeon racing is hugely popular in Indonesia, where competitors are going for either cash prizes or hoping to get that stud bird that's not necessarily for reproduction, but like find a bird that's super fast and then sell it.
Right.
So like if you get a bird and just hop it up on cocaine, it flies real fast, and you're like, oh, who wants to buy this? This bird's fast.
That bird's coming down, though, soon.
This bird will suck your dick for some flight.
Hello, my name is Spencer, and I'm a pigeon raceaholic.
Hi, Spencer.
It started out as just something to go see. I like pigeons. I like watching them race. And then a friend of mine said, "Here, you try it." Now it's all I can think about. Every day, look at that pigeon. I bet you that pigeon would race really well. And now I found myself propositioning pigeons in the middle of the park, going, "Hey, pigeon, you want to race for me?" Turns out I propositioned the wrong pigeon. It was a cop. Now I'm clean. 14 days. You just gotta keep coming back.
They're saying the clerk said that the women are annoyed that their husbands spend all day with their pigeons instead of with their families, as well as the fact that a lot of the women are the ones that end up working while the men are unemployed.
That's bullshit. Gotta keep up their pigeon habit.
No, they don't even have jobs. They just raise pigeons and take care of pigeons all day.
Dicks.
But on the inverse side, in India, they're saying that
Pigeons race them.
no pigeon fanciers are finding it harder to find opponents to race against. But their version of racing is different because with Indonesia, it's the first pigeon to pass the finish line wins. In India, it's the last pigeon to cross the line wins.
What?
I know. I was like, hold on. This
Get a lazy as fuck pigeon could be a champion. No, slow down, pigeon.
It's like, hey, where'd your bird go? I don't know. He just left. Oh, you win.
Pigeon told him to fuck off. I introduce to you Lethargic, the championship.
Sir, is that a dog?
No, it's a pigeon.
Why is it the size of a dog?
Because he eats a lot. He's got a problem.
He's a Great Dane.
But he's going to win. This pigeon will come in last every time. Like a really slow clock.
Do you do clock racing?
Sure.
Okay.
Clockwork.
What time does he get clocked at?
He gets slow.
Well, so I just gotta give you a minute hand there.
Right.
So, we've talked a bit about goats and goat landscaping.
Man.
I just want to quick bring up that there's a problem in Rhode Island. There's a goatscaping goat. It's a goat landscaper, but they call it goatscaping. It escaped.
Goatscaping? It's like, come over here. We're gonna put a lightning bolt in the side of your head. What are you doing over there? Just a little goatscaping.
Wait.
Landscaping.
I'm just trimming around his dick.
Looks so much bigger now.
My man's trying to get a horn job. Can't do it with a bush.
No.
It's gotta be clean. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the rest of that story. I don't even wanna.
You can't get past the goatscaping.
Yeah, because you don't want to get goat hair stuck in your mouth.
No. Do something about that, would you?
Speaking of things getting stuck in your mouth,
Yikes.
a 14-year-old from Louisiana named Kaylee was fangirling over a Korean boy band called BTS.
Mm-hmm. Stand for boy that sucks.
Kind of. But she just described them as so beautiful I could shove a hammer in my mouth. You'll never guess what she did next.
She wrote them a nice letter.
And
asked for an autographed 8.5 by 11 glossy photo.
And then
they sent it to her.
Okay.
And she was super happy.
Yeah.
She shoved a hammer.
A friend egged her on to do it.
Go.
So she was just talking about it on Twitter. It's like, man, I love them so much. They're so beautiful. I could shove a hammer in my mouth. Her friend saw that and was like, do it, bitch, you won't. Or, do it, pussy. Hey, just do it.
If only,
there it is.
If only thing we've learned recently from like that chick who told that guy to just kill himself, don't tell anybody to do anything online. You are open to prosecution. Because that chick's going to jail for like 3 years.
Probably like 1.
Still.
She should go away for like 10 years. But.
Anyway.
So she was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking do it. I'll do it. She posted a picture on her Twitter and I'm not talking like the handle. She took a hammer with the end with the claw, shoved it in her mouth. And it took a while for her to get in there. But sure enough, she eventually got it in there, and it got stuck. She got a hammer stuck in her fucking mouth.
You gotta go to the emergency room.
Well, she posted a picture of it on Twitter saying, "How do you tell your mom that you got a hammer stuck in your mouth?"
She said, "How do you tell your mom you got a hammer?"
Yeah.
I can't understand.
If you want to see this picture, you can just type, make sure safe search is on and type girl with hammer in mouth.
Yeah. Not safe for work, guys.
Yeah, hashtag hammer mouth, which I learned recently is about a platypus that got murdered.
It was very, very sad.
She eventually was able to get it out after 10 minutes. I remember when I was a kid, if I got my knee stuck in the banister, I freaked the fuck out instantly.
Your knee or your head?
My knee.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're sticking your leg through and then, like, for some reason, my knee would get stuck. And it's like, trying to pull it out, I'm like, I'd freak the fuck out. Yeah. This girl got a hammer stuck in her mouth for 10 full minutes.
When I was little-ish, like, I was at a restaurant. I went to the bathroom with this, like, really heavy door. And I went to get the door, like, because it was like a pull door.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to open it, and I grabbed it because it was a heavy fucking door for some reason. And then it slammed on my hand. And I was stuck there. And it took them, like, it felt like forever to
4 days.
Probably a couple minutes for them to realize that I never came back to the table.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks. And they're like, sorry, we left you there. And they finally came and opened the door, and I was just like, but yeah, I was freaking out.
I wonder if it was, like, not just the door was heavy, but it was like the door plus the air pressure.
Yeah, maybe.
Although with your hand in it.
I want to say I was 8. I want to say I was 8 or 9.
It doesn't end there. After she got it out, she had made to putting the hammer back in her mouth a few times to show her friends.
Ugh.
I'm just like...
It's all stretched out now.
She's 14. No joke.
Her mouth.
Yeah, I know.
From the hammer.
I know.
That she put in there.
Right.
There you go.
Safe search off. Hammer mouth, different thing.
Okay.
I think. Now I kind of want to go home and type hammer mouth and just see what happens. Like, just on Google. Not like I'm going to go to Pornhub and type in hammer mouth.
No. Although I might go to Pornhub.
Now that you're thinking about it. You know, you got the old ball and peen and... I don't know.
Oh. She's 14.
Speaking of 14-year-olds, there's a new law against texting in Honolulu, of all places. The texting capital of the world. You know, because they're bored on the island. Like, I got no friends here.
You guys pay $10 for a gallon of milk.
So there's a bill signed into law by the mayor of Honolulu that will impose fines on pedestrians who are caught looking at their phones while crossing the street.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Is self-admitted, Mayor Kirk Caldwell said, sometimes I wish there were laws we did not have to pass that perhaps common sense would prevail, but sometimes we lack common sense. Which is kind of the theme song for this show.
Right. I heard an interesting one. Common sense. I heard an interesting one. Something like a speeding ticket. A speeding ticket in Australia is like $350.
Well, their cost for everything is way more expensive too.
Right, but it also
because like if you buy like a video game here for $50, it's like $90 there or some shit like that.
But it also keeps speeding down significantly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it was basically they've made it like because now it's like $120 for us, right? For like a speeding ticket.
Is it, or are you saying?
I think it is.
Okay. But if they made it like $500, no one would fucking speed ever.
People would be extremely careful.
Yeah, if a speeding ticket was $500, I would never speed. I'd be late to everything. I wouldn't leave earlier. I'd leave at the same time and just always be late.
I'm not paying $500. Screw that. Leave earlier. No.
I'm not changing my life for you.
But yeah.
So you knew who I am. I'm past the age of changing. So the text of the law, which was passed in a 7-2 vote, makes it illegal for pedestrians to cross a street or highway while viewing a mobile electronic device. The devices covered by the law include cell phones, tablets, laptop computers, pagers, and video game devices. Pedestrians will still be allowed to talk on their phones while crossing the street and look at their electronic devices while safely on the sidewalk. So if you're on the sidewalk trying to cross the street and you're looking at your phone, go to town. But the second you go out into the crosswalk,
You gotta be looking where you're going.
turn your phone screen off, walk, 50 feet, and then pull your phone back out. It would lead to fines $15 to $35 for the first offense, $35 to $75 for the second offense, and $75 to $99 for a third offense.
I have a friend who got a ticket the other day for messing with her playlist. Like she was stopped at a light,
But she was using her phone.
and she brought it up to change her song,
Yeah.
and the cop lit her up and fucking gave her a ticket.
The mayor said that the law, which is kind of silly, but it was needed due to Honolulu having the unfortunate distinction of being a major city with more pedestrians being hit in crosswalks, particularly the seniors, than almost any other city in the country. So for as small of a place as it is, they have a ton of people getting hit by cars because they're just not paying attention.
So the old people are getting hit by cars because they're texting?
Well, if people are walking out in the traffic without paying attention because they're on their phone,
Right.
then
But you said the main one was seniors. So it's all old
right,
people?
because they don't have the reaction time. If someone just steps off, if you have a green light and you're going, and someone's just on their phone and then walks into the street,
Right.
You're
probably going to hit that person.
exactly.
Yeah.
So because people are being fucking stupid, they have to make a law that says if you're stupid, we're going to charge you for it. So
I have court next week for my accident that I got into.
what were you doing?
I was driving.
Okay.
Well, I got cut off.
Oh.
My insurance has not changed, thank God, because I think they found the guy that I accidentally hit at fault for cutting me off, because the lady that he hit.
So it's like you hit someone, but it was their fault.
It was their fault.
Yeah.
And the lady who he hit, because I hit him, she was the one who said, she goes, yeah, he totally cut you off.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, signaling and everything, going into the lane. And he's just
like, nah, I want to go in the lane.
Yeah, whipped around me and got in the lane and then hit her. And my insurance hasn't changed, luckily. So I'm thinking that, because we both have the same insurance.
Maybe it hasn't changed yet because there hasn't been your court date yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if they legally found you at fault,
right,
even though it's kind of like, well, I'm not at fault, then it's like, well, we'll see what happens.
Right.
Then they might change it.
All I know is, well, they don't report that to the insurance people.
But your insurance can see your record if you've been convicted of something.
So.
Like if you get a speeding ticket, it's not like the cop calls. I'm like, yo, Geico, guess what Patrick did? This motherfucker got fined $500 for speeding.
But yeah, I'm hoping that the dude doesn't show up. Hoping. But it's in the middle of the day, and he seemed like a business type dude. So.
And you're just a huge slob that does nothing during the day.
Well, I'm not have to go to court.
I don't know.
I'm being told I have to go.
No, I got nothing going on.
He, on the other hand, doesn't.
Makes you want to blow up the world.
No doubt.
Okay, fine. Do you donate blood with your love of needles?
No.
Is it purely because your hatred for needles that you don't want to do it?
No, because my sister and I are the same blood type. And
since she's already doing it.
No, if anything were to happen to her, I'd pretty much.
Yeah. You're keeping your reserves for what's needed.
Because she's a diabetic.
Right.
So it's best to keep,
Yeah,
I don't want to have just donated blood and then something happens.
Right.
And then they're like
as you're driving home.
Well, yeah, because they'll be like, when was the last time you gave blood? And if I'm like, yesterday. And then they're like, well, we can't.
Yeah, I think it's like
it's
2
dangerous.
weeks you have to wait.
So.
And, no, I mean,
and I hate needles, so I'm not going to lie and say it's all altruistic. And,
yeah.
And everything like that.
It's really selfish, but at the same time, I can play it off this way.
Yeah, no, I could be like, I'm making it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Where's my parade?
I don't go around donating blood, like blood drives and all that shit, because number one, I just don't want to. But number two, I found out that they're super fucking pushy. Like the one time, as soon as you do it, they're gonna call you up every single time.
Right.
And there's a comedian that has a fantastic bit about
Flanagan.
Oh, it's so great. I don't want to even want. I'd misquote the fuck out of it.
I know it, but I don't want to do it. But it's just phenomenal.
So
I'm gonna look up Jim Flanagan because he did this on like that show that he did, like the I think it was the show that was on like WGN or something.
I don't know.
At any rate, look up Jim Flanagan, and you could probably get his TV appearance. And he has a great bit about being called by the blood people.
So a Texas postman in San Antonio, his name is Marcos Perez, has spent every 2 weeks for the past 34 years donating blood at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center. He has hit the 100-gallon milestone. Donates his platelets. It's just 100 gallons. He's the fourth person in South Texas to pass the 100-gallon mark. They estimate as saying they save patients going through cancer treatments, patients who have been in car accidents, patients who have blood disorders. The reason he does it is because he was a premature baby and he needed a blood transfusion. His dad had a friend that was the same blood type and donated the blood. And now he kind of keeps that guy in his life. And then when his own father passed a year ago, that guy that donated the blood kind of stepped up to fill the void.
Right.
This is a grown man and everything, but it's like the guy that's essentially was your father's best friend. It's kind of like you call someone your uncle, even though it's like they're not related, but it's like the family. So it's kind of like, Uncle Aguilar kind of stepped up to be, a fatherish figure.
Right.
But yeah, so he's 57 years old and he's already gotten to the 100 gallons, where other people on the 100-gallon list are in their 70s or 80s. So he's like, man, just imagine how high it's gonna go.
Good Lord.
Like, I don't know, man.
Like that's bowling, dude.
But the weirdest stat about it, I tried looking it up. I couldn't find it because it was just weird. But Marcos is a fun fact. He is the second San Antonio mailman to accomplish the 100 gallons of blood donated. San Antonio mailmen.
Yeah.
It's like neither rain nor sleet nor loss of blood.
Right? They're just the giving mailman.
It's like, hey, why can't you deliver my package to the second floor? I just donated blood.
I'm so tired.
You always say that. I'm
so tired, dude.
I just hit 100 gallons.
Give me a cookie.
If you give me a cookie, I'll put your mail in the box this time.
Otherwise,
I'm just going to throw it on the curb.
My dead arm is just going to drop it right here.
Yeah.
I lift it, but I can't. I just gave blood.
I think it's weird. It's like two San Antonio mailmen have both hit the 100-gallon mark.
They're probably racing each other. Yeah. I think there was an episode of
Get Thin Quick.
There's an episode of King of the Hill where Peggy Hill really wanted a cup, like a mug with like number one donator.
God, she got so competitive at times. It was awesome.
Like, no, go between my toes. Where can they find us online?
Well, no, I was gonna. Could your child die from not getting blood? Find out at 11.
Is your postman the only one who could save your child? 5 out of 10.
Is your postman obsessed with blood? Find out at 10. Does he want to put part of himself in your child? In your sick child?
Why is your postman so anemic? Is he being attacked by vampires? 5 out of 10.
Can track marks be dangerous and contagious? Find out at 9. You can find us individually on Twitter at Patrick Newsom42.
That's me.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMPE. You can find this podcast at Stupid's Tweeting. You can find us if you look on YouTube at Fair Stupids Talking Stupid, putting up more and more old episodes. It takes fucking forever for me to render episodes, which is why they're not all
Going very fast.
Yeah. I try to find a day where I can spend a few hours to get 2 done, so I can upload 2 days in a row, but it's a little rough. So we're working on it. You can look for us on Facebook by searching for Stupids Talking Stupid.
And you can find the rest of the DVMPE at dvmpe.com. If you're going to be in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, let's see, August 25th, 26th, and 27th, the 26th especially, in the morning, early, we're going to be doing a panel at Wizard World. So if you're going to be out at Wizard World, come out and
It's like
check.
room number 1.
Room number 1 at like
Where-
10:30 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's not like right when the doors open.
But it's close enough.
So everyone's going to be there and ready to listen to us.
Yes.
Drop our truth bombs.
Right. So before you go see Stephen Amell live,
Who?
right?
Who?
Come check out our
Who?
panel. See us in real life. That's right.
With our swastika hoodies.
No, I'm not wearing a swastika hoodie.
Oh, because you're already wearing it, it's going to be dirty?
That's right. No, it's because I'm wearing my Just Do
That-
It ISIS hoodie.
That's right.
Terrible.
No, it's cotton blend.
Yeah, okay. But that's going to do it for this week. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.
Hammermouth.
Oh, yeah, you kids having fun? You having fun, Billy?
Yeah, I sure am.
Oh, we're going to get you those merit badges yet.
I'm almost all done with them.
Yeah, but do you have your ghost hunting merit badge?
Old Man Wilkins, that's not a real badge.
Well, it should be. I'll tell you why. Because you know this forest is haunted.
My dad said that's just a joke.
Your dad is drunk. Just go right for it.